Hey everybody, it's Jada on piano. Here we go. Took me a minute to get booted. Another thunderstorm here in Dallas, but I think I got it together. Sorry for being a little bit late. And there's Herda Black and Chris. Hey you guys. Let me go ahead and start this since I'm a little behind schedule. Dominique Johnson, More Than Anything, along with a young man. Let me see. Tasia Good is the YouTube channel. So we're gonna listen a little bit. Short clip today. Always has a relevant story. He said he played this song at his church with one of his friends. So, well, I'll wait till it's over. So this video here is Dominique Johnson, and he pulled her playing this out of, I think the initial video is, I think it's Dominique Johnson with, or Late Night Practice or something like that. Really cool clip, but she plays several things in that video, and so he just pulled this out. I do believe, since we see his computer and the organ and all that, the click track and obviously the organ is his. We're gonna try to grab the piano, maybe some organ parts in this, just kind of to see where we can go with this, since he's playing based on a video, not too much different than what we're doing here, but we're gonna jump into this and keep going. Now, I was gonna tell you how I know this song, or my More Than Anything story. So this song, if you've never heard it, is by Lamar Campbell. He happens to be from Indianapolis. That's his home base. And so this song, if you can believe it, is closing in on 20 years old. It came out when I was in college, or just before I was in college, and I went to college in Indiana, Ball State University. I'm a Cardinal, yeah. So when I was at Ball State, it's not in Indianapolis, but it is in Indiana, because this song was so big. This is like, certain regions, there are certain things that everybody just has to know. Like if you play the piano, you have to know certain songs. This was absolutely one of those things, for sure, during those early 2000s while I was in school, because the writer was from the area. So this was definitely a staple, got played a lot. So let's see. I know that's in A flat. Let's see if this is in A flat, because we got to grab a key. Uh-oh, what'd I do? We're guessing. And it is A flat. We're going to see if we can make it through this. Okay. Here we go. We need chords for A flat, and I'm going to give you the 7th chords as usual. Hold on. There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is our dominant chord as usual. 6, 7, which is our half diminished, and back to 1. Ian is giving us a greeting from the islands. I think if I get it right this time, the Bahamas. I usually say Jamaica, and it's always wrong, so I think I'm right this time with the Bahamas. Here we go. We're in A flat. We already correctly guessed our key, because that's the key this song happens to be in normally. So real quick, let me see. I'm trying not to play the melody. The song. Clearly, I haven't played this in a while, and playing the melody just had me all messed up. I need to be revisiting this. That was the verse, and then we've got this this chord here. This one or this one, and we go to the end, you know. So that's kind of somewhere in the ballpark of what we expect. Let's see. And up here on the screen, it was telling me about the next video, which is the actual video he pulled this from. Let me see if it'll do it again. Where was it? Oh, right here. See, it says late night practice. That's the original video he pulled this from, and this is in the middle somewhere. Oh, man. So, Ian said I'm wrong again. Let me see. Is that the Jamaican flag? Black, green. Oh. You know what? I'm just going to start saying Ian is from the islands, because I got it wrong. Whichever. But if I say the islands, I know I'm right. Anyway, the song is going to sort of, be somewhere like that. And let me find the play button. We got our key. Let's roll with it. Just for kicks. Oh. Let's get the organist nice little lick as she's setting up. Listen to how it happened. Hold on. So she's on the 5. I hear it. Right? She went here. And then, something like that. Let me hear it again. What she did, that was, oh no. Right? Something like this. We hear that very obviously in the top. Right? And so over this 5 chord, he's starting here. Now let's get his whole little run, because that's a nice little move we could do on either. Now, let me slow it down to make sure I got all the notes. You know how we do. We're looking for, since we're in study mode, we're looking. Oh, we go to half speed. Okay. I'm surprised at myself if I got that right. I kind of guessed. I heard it, but. And I was wrong. Did he hit that E flat in there? Let's hear it one more time. It's close though. You hear that? I don't want to take too long. That's tough because of the fingering. So, okay. We're going to kind of have to do it like that. And so then it goes to the 1. So it starts over the 5. Right? Here's the fingering I'm going to use because I want to be able to do this without moving my hand or repositioning it again. Right there. Because we definitely have this. I really want to play this like this, but I'm playing this finger here. So let me see. Yeah, it's almost a little bit easier to do it off of the third finger. Rolling it like that. Work that out. Okay. So, that's a nice little run we can get right there from the beginning. That's not even what she played yet. We got what she did right there at the beginning. Okay, let's go at least back to half. Adam Man 40, you're welcome. Okay. Let's see what she did. Stop. Something close to that. So okay, and then she starts right in. Okay, so I just have down here the A flat and the E flat. Let's see what we've got. Now, I hear the organ is definitely playing this chord, and honestly, I expected, so I wouldn't expect her to do much different. She doesn't have to do much different, but see that? So normally This chord is nice and crunchy. It is a C7, which is a dominant chord. It's got a sharp the sharp 5 and the sharp 9. But another way to look at this chord, and people already play it, but another way to look at the chord overall is it's a replacement for the A flat chord first inversion. So right. So if we look at this as A flat first inversion, we have it like this. But if we look at it as the C7 or C sharp 5 sharp 9, same thing. It just gives us a little bit of extra crunch by adding this E in, but when you add that E in there, it makes it a whole different chord. You see that? This dominant chord here. And we know dominant is going to take us somewhere. In this case, the dominant took us right to the 4 chord is where we're headed. But let's see what she does with it. Now, what I love here is how flawless. You saw I was struggling trying to play the melody and chord it, because that is not something that I do nearly enough. She's showing us how it's done here. Notice how connected her melody line is. So she's really kind of doing two things at once. Like the melody is super connected, but she's still able to get the chords that she needs to into her right hand. So, and I need to hear this at full quality because that organ is in there and trying to pick her part out. Just something like that. Oh. You know, her rolls just... I shouldn't call it a roll, but her grace notes, simply flawless. You hear that? Oh. See, I'm trying to connect them. Okay. Let's listen again. Was she... So... Okay, let's see what you... I'm kind of making up some things. Supposed to be transcribing. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. Trying to get that melody in it. Okay, so you hear that? We heard that plainly. Easy enough. Okay. And then right? Simply what do you call it? Suspending the chord. Right? Going to the 5. Listen, that made all the difference. listen here. That's easy to do, but it's brilliant. But I'm not playing what chord she's playing. What chord is it? Does that sound diminished to you? Give it a little bit more volume. We're certain of this. It doesn't sound straight dominant. So I'm feeling diminished there. Really, a flat 9 because I have the 7th in it. See that would be a flat 9 chord if the D flat is present in the chord. Maybe just straight and clean. That's really nice though. So either play the diminished or go ahead and add the C. The reason I'm saying that because the organist is for sure playing the C. Listen. He's got it in there somewhere. Maybe I'm hearing things. Hold on. I'm saying for sure, then I'm unsure. Okay. I stand corrected of my own self. The E is what he's got in his foot. So that's really nice though still because she's coming from the C. And it's just kind of dominating that whole section. Nice. Let's keep going. Wait, we need what happens after. Now, because we're on this E, and we know the E is not even in this key, y'all are here. What chord do you expect, or what bass note at the very least, do you expect to be next? We're on the E, and we hit this chord. What bass note do you expect to be next? Dominique is saying F, and I tend to agree. All those that are thinking exactly like Dominique, let's hear what we've got with it. Here it comes. We heard it. Now let's get that nice little, again, she played with that melody. That's still hard. Again, the difficulty is not even playing the chords, or it's not even playing this by itself. It's playing them together, because now you're performing both of these operations at the same time. If I was just going to the chord, I can go straight there. But she does this. Right? It just is harder to get to in one fluid motion. See? That's the kind of stuff that would have to be worked out. But it's that secret sauce. It's little stuff like this that you spend the most time on. See? That one little thing connected those phrases. So we were here. This was nice. Right? And then if it was me, if I couldn't do this, and I can't, as you can see, not yet. So coming from here, that's easy for me to do. And so I can grab that quickly. Same place, but this just has a niceness to it. But it's so much more difficult. But it gives a really nice feel to your playing. So I would have that, right? That, any other things you can think of going to that note, but this just, ups the difficulty level with two easy things, combining them. Okay, hold on. Let's make sure we get the whole thought there. And then, so did you hear that right in there? Just a little bit. Let's see what happens. Okay. Wait, is it the C7 or sharp 5, sharp 9? So this time, notice it's that A flat first inversion, and the organist here, he walked it down, right? That one's easier because it's right there. But so if you're playing with two players, perhaps like in this situation, there's an organist. The organist is doing this walk down, but she's right in here. First inversion, and it does have a B flat in it, so first inversion, A flat, add the 2. That's easy to grab. Be mindful, listen to the difference between this and see that? So when you're listening to songs, listen to those subtle differences. Like there's literally only one note difference between them. But this is a major chord. This is a dominant chord. And they sound they're used in the same place, but clearly they're different chords. So, be listening to those subtle things when you're transcribing. Let's keep going. Okay, let's see what chord they play there. So far, she's following the song beautifully, but the best thing about what's going on here is how she's connecting her notes. And don't forget, she's an organist too, so this is probably far more second nature for her fingers than if you play both, then you're used to making, those connections and then doing things like moving fingers over notes and switching keys, while you're playing. You see my hand, it's moving now. My pinky's on the B flat. Now the ring, see? Organists do those kinds of things naturally because they don't have a pedal. But pianists, I play on the organ, but I am a pianist. So, I have to actually, I think from using the pedal, but as you can see, that might be a handicap in some instances. What she's doing here is simply flawless. So let me see if I can get close. Okay, we got our B flat. Is that a B flat add 2? Yep. Same thing as this chord. Those are the same chord. Okay. Now, that's what I'm playing so far because I'm focusing on her melody. You had to see how much I thought about that just from connecting those notes. So either this, right? You can put the B flat in up there, or I like this myself. Right? Just giving this extra feel down here, and then the rest of the chord up here. So I like that myself, but she may have done this here. Okay. Also, that is the chord in the song, but we know that's not a chord normally in A flat. Where in the world does this come from? Might as well talk about it while we're on it. You've heard me talk about another scale, the Mixolydian flat 6. One of my favorite things to study while I'm still working it in a lot of different things myself. But check this chord out. Really, we've got this, or, right? Or this is root position, if you will. That's a half diminished chord. Well, guess what? If I were, look at this, look at the scale. I'm gonna just play all the notes. And you can't even see the word on there. But it does say Mixolydian flat 6. Let me see if I can scoop that in the frame a little more. Hold on, that's half of it. Where's the rest of it? Oh, it's not the frame. It's literally running out of room to say it. Okay. Yeah, it just ran out of the scale. Whatever the case, that is Mixolydian flat 6. And we have this E. Look at the notes. All those notes in that chord are in this scale. Here's the B flat, here's the D flat, here's the E, and here's the A flat. There they are, right? And in that scale, this chord is in that scale. So she borrowed a chord from the Mixolydian flat 6 scale, the A flat Mixolydian flat 6 scale, and stuck it in there right here. And then we were on the 5, right? Oh no, we're on the major 2. Right? We're on the major 2. And then we took that chord and made it a half diminished flat, half diminished 7 flat 5. Right? Well, if you look at it like this, it'll tell you that B flat minor 7 half, or flat 5, or a half diminished chord. So we have that. We took that from that scale. We should be going here, somewhere like that. And notice the spots. Notice the spots that she's using grace notes in the melody. So it's almost like, let me see. it's not every single one. It's almost like every other. Okay, there's 2 single, rolled in, single, single, rolled in, single. So every 1 or 2, but where that's not a technical thought process, I'm just bringing that point out to say she's not rolling into she's not doing that. She's choosing her spot. So that's a part of musicality. Choosing exactly where you're going to roll in your grace notes. And that would come with practice and experience. But we have a guide of how she's doing it. And so as we're learning things like this, it just kind of gives us places that may be more natural to put in things like that. So let's keep going. And then, see, she got all the way up to the very last note in that melody before she did. You hear that? And we're back to first inversion chord. Hey, Siobhan. See ya. Thanks for joining in. Right? So, just those grace notes, just flawless. Now, that chord there, hold on. Oh my, we need that. But I gotta go back. I feel like I was further back than that. That one. Okay, putting this note in here, just set that off. That major 7 chord, we normally hear it just as a straight, almost a straight triad, really. But putting this 7th in there, set it up real nice. Siobhan says she's been looking for some new ways to play the song. Well, Dominique is giving us all the sauce with this. And she's really given us a great way to do this. As, you know, sometimes we have to do solo piano and stuff like that. Like, because she can play this melody so well, doing this kind of stuff for solo piano stuff is incredible. So that would be a good reason to work on, you know, these little finger movements that she's doing. And it's not just certain fingers. The 3, 4, 5 has to be strong. 1, 2, 3 has to be strong. And 2, 3, 4 has to be strong. All 3 segments have to be strong because she's using it indiscriminately. There's 2, 3, 4. You know, when you're going from black key to white key, 3, 4, 5 is helpful. Black to black, 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 is helpful, or 1 to 3, or let me see. I guess I can do. If it's at the end of, if this is going to the top of your thing, but you still have, or top of the, if it's the top melody note, but you still have other notes you want to grab in there, using that 3, 4, 5 is going to be necessary. But if you don't, if you're just walking in, you don't have to necessarily. You know, I guess it depends on the chord. Because when we did that, we could do something. Either or. But make the best use. All the fingers have to be strong is what I'm getting at, though. Because you don't want to get caught. Like you see. I've been working on this a little bit, but it's still not nearly as strong as that or that. You can hear the difference. See that? That's not nearly as flawless. Hear that? That might be the exercise right there. You hear that? They should sound the same. How about this one? Yeah, so maybe the exercise is to stay on one set of notes, three chromatic notes, and play it across all three. And then after you get kind of comfortable, stretch it out and start doing some chords with it. So since this is just me throwing this in as a thought. If I were to really practice this heavy like I need to, see, that's a struggle. It wasn't sharp. If I was doing that and just going there, that may be okay. But I want to be able to grab the chord, and see, I need to be able to do that. See that? E minor right here. This is the half diminished. If we needed that E flat. See that? See me making crazy faces because I'm thinking too hard. Or, let me see. Or B flat. I'm just thinking of things that have the D at the top. That was actually kind of nice though. Oh, sorry. Oh, let me do that. I'm making up a song. I like that. I'm sorry. I got totally sidetracked. See, that's what happens to me in my practice sometimes. I'll be doing something like this, and then I hit different things, and then I'll make up something, and then I'm not practicing. You got to stay on the task. You saw it right there on camera. So, something like that. That's tough. If you can do that, you've just leveled up your playing to a whole nother stratosphere, because you don't just have to go here. Now that's easier, right? And you may have to work on that first, just walking in, not chromatically, but from, whole steps away, right? Right? So that may be the first step, and then the second step is the chromatics, and then you grab the whole chord when you get there. Adds another dimension to your playing. You see me get, and that was, such a small part of this whole piece, but it's easy enough to practice, but when you master it, it'll change the way that you play, because you have, first of all, more facility of your hands. And that's another reason why we practice things like scales in general, so that we can have hand strength. But the ring and the pinky finger tend to be the weakest. Also, let me throw this out there. Those Hanon, right? This is Hanon exercise number 1 in C. Why am I playing this? I'll tell you in a second. I'm almost done. That's Hanon in C. The reason I was playing exercise 1 is because it focuses on the 4th and 5th fingers, like strengthening the 4th and 5th fingers. Now, a lot of people, they go and only play that in C. Now, I'm tell you right now, I don't really do this, and I haven't done it in A flat, but you should practice it in all your keys. Sorry. See? Getting sloppy. There. Now, I'm playing that in A flat because this song is in A flat. So ideally, you should practice your handing in all the keys because you're strengthening your fingers, but because you know the differences or the measurement differences between the black keys and the white keys are different in size. Those millimeters make a huge difference. And so, you know, it's one thing to practice all that in C, but it's quite another to practice it in A flat or D or anything else, you know, especially practicing in those black keys, you know, because the distances are different. See how that's nice and wide. I have to tighten up here. So, you know, check out Hannon number 1. I've been thinking about doing some Hannon on this channel as well because, you know, they're good strengthening exercises for doing stuff to this, having your fingers be strong enough to pull off stuff like that. Totally sidetracked there, but and I did it 2 different ways. Okay, this chord, that's where I'm hearing that in the right hand. Let's listen. Now she's leveled us up right there. Look at that. Not just one note, 2. That would be a whole practice as well. And then timing it right with this. That was nice. Let's do it again. Woo. I can feel my veins moving in my right hand doing that. It's almost like she's doing this. Either way, both of those are super nice. Right? So, let's hold on one moment. Okay, that's where we're going. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. So, some people do this. I don't often, but it's what I hear in this chord. It sounds like she's playing. So the chord is some shape or form a half diminish. And that's the chord that is diatonic to A flat. But also, instead of just playing the diatonic chord, because that's what this would be, she's doing this deal here, right? It sounds, or her or the organist, but I hear that D in there and I hear that D. So that could just, be providing extra crunch. Hear that? Is she playing just one note? Okay, maybe just one note. And we hear the C7 in the left hand. It's the left hand over here. And then she snatches out this run. We need that run before we go. Again, so clean. But I have to slow this down half speed to get the notes. Then we put it all together. Let's grab it. Okay, got the first 5. There's more. I didn't get it all. I think the C is next. Let's hear. I think that's what we're doing. Let's see if I can kind of play with this. Okay, so trying to play that in time is my issue. It's like I start and I'm on the tempo, but then towards the tail end, I'm losing steam. Right in the middle. Okay, I got that far. Okay. And we're going to the F minor again. We did a little move before, right? But this time. So I'm starting on my ring finger because I want to set my whole hand up in order to do this move. Right? That's tough, y'all. Am I really doing 3? Okay, maybe I'm doing 3/4 in the heat of the moment. If I do the single note instead of a chord, I can grab it. Just barely. Still not sharp. Right? Right. But y'all can hear right here, just while I've been sitting here practicing, and I'm not even using a metronome right now. For me, because I'm struggling with it at the high speed, I would definitely sit here. I said we was going to get this run before we go, but let me pull up my little metronome on my phone. Yes, I have an Android. Let me see. Oh, I'm not going to, but I just have a little metronome here. Oh, let me turn it up. That's me with the metronome. I was at 60. Here's 65. Let me get it. Okay, and this is me going through it ultra fast, but I would hang on these bows and try to get at least 10 times each out. Practicing on the strength, right? So that you can practice that cleanness. Hear me? I'm going again. Let me set it up. 4, 3, 2. You know, I'm just pushing up to see where my upper limit is. Okay, that was at 80. I'm at 85. This is 85 right here. Okay, I can do that. Just trying to find it. Right? So we've got that. Hope you guys are practicing with me. Then you would be able to have a little bit of practice in. Right? 95. So Domi's gonna have it. Now, this is at 100, Domi. So, you know, it's starting to get a little 105. Here we go. You know, again, I'm not really locking this in right now because I've pushed this from 60 to 110 in just a couple of moments. And now I'm running away from the metronome. Here we go. Okay, see, so this lick itself is probably, I mean, she's not really playing at a tempo. She just snatched it out. This is 160. Let me see. Yep. See, I can't get that at 160 yet. I would have to work all the way up. Yep. Can't do it yet. You see that? So there are, but you saw it improved a lot. I'm doing that better, and you watched me practice that for 5 minutes. That's all that was. But imagine sitting there doing that and really working those specific tempos. We just grabbed a few pieces out of this, and you know, focusing on these little grace notes, these little that run she did. And this, by the way, is probably pentatonic scale. Yep. And then grace note in. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. See, that's how I would when I have to do, not when I shouldn't say when I have to, when I want to do a deep practice, like lock something in. I gotta start. You gotta start, because if you can't play it slow, you can't play it fast. So I start slow, and I will probably practice 60 10 times. 10 times correctly. If I get the 10 times correctly, bumping it up to 65. 10 times correctly, bump it up to 70 times correctly. Keep pushing it up by 5 every time I do 10 times. Well, by the time I get to 100, I've already practiced this 50 times correctly, but I've already gained a little bit of strength on it. So, and then let's say we were at 110 and was starting to get there. Let's say 120 is the upper limit, and then I start messing up. Well, if I get there and I'm messing up, let's see. Let me just push it to 120 and see if that is the limit. I'm getting it, but I feel it in my hands. It's not really there. I can feel that this is. I can feel in my hands that this isn't consistent, right? So let's say 120 is the highest I can do it, and it's starting to struggle. I'm going to push it back to 110 because I already did it 10 times at 110. So I slow it back down. Not too fast. And then I hang out there maybe 10 or 20 more times. And then that's where I'm going to end my practice for that day. So the next day, when I start practicing this lick, if 110 was comfortable, 120 was the upper limit, I might bump it back down to even like 100. Practice it a good 10 times, maybe even 20, lock in there, make sure I've got it. Then I'm probably going to push it to the 110 because that's where I ended, was really the 110. I'm going to push it to the 110, practice that the 10 times. Then I'm going to start my incremental 5 again. Well, remember, this is day 2 now. So we've already got a little strength. We know how to play the run. It's starting to get a little comfortable. And day 2, I'm starting at the 110. Go to the 115. Go to the 120. Suddenly, 120 is just a hair bit easier because we're exercising in essence. And so 120. I might get to 125. I might get to 130. It just depends. Let's say 130 is too tough. Now we got to back it back up about 10 beats per minute going into day 3. So, it's days practice. You're working your mind to get this running your subconscious, getting the muscle memory in your hands, and you're pushing forward. That's how you can build speed with your scales, speed with your runs and licks and stuff like that. So that's how I practice different things to get it up to speed when, and if you don't have a lot of time, definitely do it like this, but start super slow because you don't want to waste time doing it fast where you can't do it. Build that muscle memory up fast. You would just have to practice longer in one particular day or another. Anyway, we touched a lot of little things there. We only did about 40 good seconds of this, but it allowed us to look into some things on melody or connecting melody, and then her fantastic little run here. See? A struggle. See it? First time around, I didn't do it right. So, but you can see there was improvement there right in front of your eyes. So that's kind of how you should be focusing your practicing and working through things to lock it in your hands. Anyway, good to see you guys this evening. Happy practicing, and I will see you next week.